Today we got a fun one. We're talking about Goldilocks, the Three Bears, Groundhogs, Tom Skilling, some football, some summer events, and it's going to all tie together, I promise. Let's jump right in. Stellantis' new initiative, refocusing on the brand, refocusing on marketing initiatives, and refocusing on the relationship with the dealer and stronger brand awareness. What does this have to do with Groundhogs and Tom Skilling? Well, it all does tie together, but let's talk a little bit. So last year, Stellantis, no Chicago Auto Show, no SEMA, no Detroit Auto Shows. All these shows fell off. No Super Bowl commercial. That's why I watch the Super Bowl, watch some guys kick around the ball. No, I watched for the damn Jeep commercial. I don't know about you guys. No Jeep commercial. So fast forward to this year. Antonio Filosa has made a promise. They are refocused on getting the brand awareness out there. They are refocusing on being more aligned with their dealerships, and they are pushing some dollars into marketing. Back at the Chicago Auto Show, we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about how I can help you out there. And they're going to have 2 Super Bowl commercials this year. So my understanding is they're going to have a Ram one, which you've been paying attention, they've already teased it. So while we're talking about Super Bowl commercials, I've got some fun facts about my favorite one, which was the Jeep Groundhog's Day commercial. So where I live, we're only about 15 minutes away from Woodstock, Illinois, where the Groundhog movie was actually filmed. So every year, Tom Skilling, if you don't know who Tom Skilling is, he is the weather. If you don't know who he is, Google him. The guy's unbelievable. So Tom Skilling, last couple of years, comes out and he is part of our Groundhog Day celebration that we have in Woodstock.
Willie looked skyward to the east and behind to the crowd, and he stated clearly, I definitely did not see my shadow.
And it's this huge event because it happens in the same place that the Groundhog movie was filmed. So the Groundhog commercial was filmed actually right here in our backyard, about 15 minutes the other way north, and at a place called the Richardson's Adventure Park. If you're not familiar with it, you could Google world's largest corn maze. That's what kind of put them on the map. They have this huge corn maze and, well, you get it, right? And most of the commercial was actually filmed on their property. The fireworks scene, there's a snowshoeing scene, and even the whack-a-mole scene and the bedroom scene were all filmed on their property. I do monthly, we call them big brain meetings there. I'm actually the president of our Chain of Lakes Chamber of Commerce. So I spent some time at the property. They're great members of the community, the owners of Richardson's family. They're great members of the community. And it's super fun to some of the meetings and some of the events that we host are in this exact same room. And I'll put some pictures up. They've built a bedroom scene. They do everything right here in this, in this room that they normally host events in. And then in the other room over here, they've got all of the tables set up and all the offices, if you will, probably all the production staff, the production crew, they're all set up. And then when you move into the snowshoeing scene, this exact area is actually where they host field trips for students or groups or whatever. Both my kids spent numerous times at this exact location that they're doing this snowshoeing at for various field trips, fall field trips about learning about farms and Christmas trees and like that. So again, the Richardson family is really gracious with the community, and they do a really nice job. So if you're in the Spring Grove area, you're going to want to check out the Richardson Adventure Park because that's where this was filmed. They do show some areas where he's walking up and down the Woodstock Square. Again, we talked about where Tom Skilling was and where they do this actual event. But everything else was actually filmed at this Richardson Adventure Park, which is super cool to see. And my understanding too is there was no fake groundhog. That thing was real from start to finish. And some of the events that it would squeak and look, totally lucked out. If you haven't seen the Super Bowl commercial with Groundhog's Day, Google it. I'll put a link in the description. It is a home run, but it's fun for me because it was filmed right here and it's one of my favorites. So what's this Super Bowl commercial? Well, they're already teasing this Goldilocks. And if you kind of watch the commercial, it's like, it's the Ram, and they're talking about thinking small, medium, big, right? Like finding that perfect size Ram. So I think they're going to tease the new I'm calling it Dakota. There's probably a name out there. I haven't even looked it up. The new mid-size Ram. So is it going to be like small, mid-size Ram?
No, I won't.
Or I'll call it the small Ram, right? The Dakota, if you will. And then the middle one, is that going to be a 1500? And then they tease it with an RHO. So is that going to be the big one, or are they going to use a 2500? So maybe they're going to tease, they have this Ram that, you know, pick the size that fits your lifestyle. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's already been a tease on it. When the Groundhog Super Bowl commercial came out, it leaked on YouTube like 2 days before. It went viral like 2 or 3 days before the Super Bowl even happened. So if that happens again, I guess we'll all know. But there's already a teaser on this Ram, so check that out. And then I'm curious, there has not been a tease on what the Jeep commercial is. If I was a guessing person, maybe it'll be EV, maybe they'll push the Wagoneer S, maybe they'll push 4xe platform. I guess we'll find out. But I haven't seen a teaser on that. If you've seen a teaser, let me know. So I thought this would be a fun way to bring in some of Antonio Filoso's new ideas, some of his promises, and talking about the commercials that have happened. And it's Groundhog Day today that I'm filming it. Whether I get this up tonight, I don't know. Worst case, you'll probably see it the next day here. But guys, some fun stuff, some good stuff coming. I think Stellantis is on the right path. Super excited to watch the forward momentum. And if you're going to be at the Chicago Auto Show, you definitely want to make sure you subscribe to our Facebook page, to our YouTube channel, to our TikTok. I will be posting how we're going to get you to the front of the line at Camp Jeep. So stay tuned, and you definitely want to check out Chicago Auto Show. Camp Jeep is back. Ram will be on display, and Chrysler will even have their Halcyon there. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and stay tuned because we got good stuff coming.